What's up, everybody in Chiefs Kingdom? After a disappointing loss, MVS sucks. I don't know what else to say. How you doing, Caleb?
I'm doing all right. You doing okay?
You know what? I at this point, I'm looking at it from this two different perspectives. I mean, first of all, we didn't allow a passing touchdown, 5 sacks. I think there was 11 hurries. A.J. Brown had 1 catch for 8 yards. Our offense gave that game away.
Yeah, that's what happens when you decide to be Rep V, to be cheap during the offseason and spend money on the wrong things. This is the result.
Honestly, I was so frustrated. I knew, and I tell you, during the PSF show, I said, don't let them, if you cause this to happen with that fumble, it's going to bite us in the ass. Don't give them any momentum. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It gave them momentum. I will say this. Our defense exposed the shit out of them. For 3.5 quarters, they exposed them. There's no doubt about that. If our offense was halfway clicking, we'd have won that game by probably 2 touchdowns, if not more. Mm-hmm. Our offense is not playing well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not playing well. Yeah, you're right, Philip. 4th highest paid player on the team can't make the 4th highest paid player type of play. And the sad part is his paycheck this year is higher than all of our wide receivers combined.
You know what this said before the show, JP? He said they need to send MVS to MCI now.
Yeah, get his ass on a plane.
Just leave. Yep.
Yeah, just get him on a plane, get the hell on Felicia. Because this is just not, it's not cool. Our defense is historic. There's no doubt about it. Best defense we've had. I don't remember, other than, honestly, I could go back to the 90s and say maybe we had a better defense then. But as far as an all-around defense, our defense is ridiculous. It's ridiculously good. The only way, look, man, all I can say is this. Travis Kelce played terrible. Okay? He hasn't played well the last 3 games.
No,
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him. I know he had a little bit of an injury tonight, but he's just not doing well. MVS, look, man, I would have trusted Justin Watson to make that play before MVS because Justin Watson,
I think he would have caught it. I'm gonna be honest with
absolutely
you.
Would have caught it.
He can't do it. All that money for nothing.
Yeah, he absolutely would have caught it. What's this? He says 4:50 a.m. here in the UK. Shocking show from the offense. Yeah, defense was incredible, but the same story it has been for the whole season. Offense letting the team down. Absolutely, and I got to tell you, I looked at, of course there was questionable calls. There was a lot of holding that wasn't called. The call on Kelce was terrible. The call on Creed Humphrey was terrible. It was like they were letting him back in the game because we were blowing him out. And we could have held them to really 14 points, max.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have a passing touchdown. They did not have one. And for all intents and purposes, if our offense would have played mediocre, we would have won that game by a touchdown.
I think you're right about mediocre. That. I think if the offense would have done what they're supposed to do, I think we're talking about a whole different ballgame now.
Absolutely. They have to fix this problem. They're not going to get
There's
very
nothing
far in the offense.
They can't fix anything. I said this all offseason. Everyone gave me slack. They need help with wide receiver position. Oh, they're fine with what they have. Pat can't work. No, they need some help. Oh, they're fine. Oh, they need to make a trade at the deadline. Well, there's not much money. Well, you got to find some money. And the excuse after excuse. Here's the result.
Well, they got the money right now.
Good enough. They're probably going to be good enough to limp in maybe a round or 2 in the playoffs. But Super Bowl, I ain't seeing that really working for them. Now, if they would have won this game somehow, with no great receiver, but these guys can't catch. The only person reliable is Justin Watson. He's probably making like $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
You got MVS dropping balls. Sky Moore's been non-existent. Cole Hartman hurt his thumb. Rashee Rice stepped up some. Who else do we got on? We're looking at this list. Sky Moore really wasn't there.
McKinnon stepped up when he was on the field.
McKinnon kind of stepped up. I mean, it just shows you. Again, this is what happens when you like to be cheap with everything. It's not going to work out sometimes.
And Mahomes, of course, takes it. And it just annoys me because Mahomes takes everything on him. He said,
"Oh, this is not on him. This is on them."
No, he said, "I could have thrown the ball a little bit shorter to make the catch easier for MVS." Really? A little bit shorter? How are you going to throw a ball a little bit shorter when he's wide open? He stutter-stepped, slowed down. He could have easily caught that ball, but he didn't. I can't. I like the fact that he puts it on his shoulders, but he has to.
Oh, he knows he put it perfectly for MVS. MVS just can't catch.
He can't.
He can hit his helmet all around and fuss and complain, but bruh, you have not shown up and really done much, to be honest with you. It was right in the breadbasket. And then Kelsey was dropping balls too. It comes to a point where it's like, okay, do you want fame and fortune or do you want to play football? Which one do you want to do? Yeah.
And like Jared said, "Hey Jared, how you doing, man?" He said, the ball was hit. It was a breadbasket catch, absolutely. And he says, "I can't believe we're about to mess this up, making history because of the receiver issues." Absolutely, I agree with that.
I said this all summer, and no one wanted to hear me. I was like, "This is gonna become a problem," and voila.
Well, here's the thing.
A weak AFC, you could take over. A weak AFC, and this happens. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. You look at. He said, the positive was Pacheco. Of course, he's always positive. But the sad part about that is we were 10-1 with him over 76 yards. Mm-hmm. But we lost tonight because of drop passes, a fumbled ball.
Yeah.
We got an
interception that was pretty bad too.
An interception that was bad. And Reset just said the offensive scheme sucks. Here's the thing. I agree. Because there's certain packages, if you look at it, they look great. They look like the Chiefs did last year when they put the right players on the field. But they continually change shit up, and those changes are making a mockery of our offense. Yeah. They're making a mockery of our offense. Do you realize the only player that we don't have on our football team from last year is frickin' Juju Smith?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Are we surprised though with this?
I kind of am because I thought, okay, well you've got.
Saw it coming though. They just didn't make a move.
I guess I just don't understand why they didn't. If they're going to put trust in people, then put trust in people. If you're not, then you have to make a move. Don't say we're okay and everything's going to be all right, and then don't put the faith in the players to make the plays. I don't get it. I don't understand it. There were some really questionable calls in this game. I understand that. There is in every game. But this one seemed to be a little bit more than others. The call on Kelsey was bullshit. 2 calls on Kelsey. The missed hold on Kelsey, or a PI call on Kelsey. They didn't even consider it because there was another flag already thrown for holding. So they didn't consider the one downfield. There's one after another of calls that should have been called that weren't. And I know it gets annoying to put it on the refs, but when you're up by 10, you've only allowed 7 points through the entire game, and then the refs allow a team back in, and then your defense is completely gassed. All it does is shift the momentum. And that's exactly
what they had an opportunity to go up 17.
They did.
But again, back-to-back punts.
Yeah.
No offensive creativity.
None whatsoever. And I think it's just it's a travesty what they're doing to Mahomes' career right now.
Again, this is a weak AFC. This would be their year to dominate and just push through. Maybe they'll figure it out, but I'm telling you now, nothing has changed, and guys like MVS got to go.
Yeah, he has. Look, they got to phase him back. They got to figure out. Look, this should be the week that they find somebody. Don't give a shit who it is, But you got to
Who
find
are they going to
somebody.
find though? There's no one there.
Dude, they could trade for somebody if they wanted to.
They can't. You can't trade. It's past
Oh
the
no,
deadline.
you can't. It's past the deadline.
They can't do anything. They can get some undrafted free agent player. Who are they going to get? Terrell Owens? What's that?
No, I'm just saying they got to figure
see.
out how to. They have to figure out how to either get this wide receiver core going by putting the right players on the field at the right time. Okay, we were in the red zone. We were in there, 5 times? In the 5 times we were in the red zone, McKinnon was in there twice out of 5. McKinnon was your best red zone threat last year. Why is he not in there more often? I don't get it. When you're 3rd and 1, go for it. Or 4th and 1, go for it, Andy. Don't be lackadaisical about it. You have really one of the best running backs in football. And you don't go for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2? Why? They could have done that in the first half and they didn't do it twice. I don't know what is holding them back. I don't know if it's a trust factor. I don't know if I understand it. It was raining. I get all that. Both teams, when you really want to boil it down, our offensive line and our offense actually did better than theirs for the most of the game.
Yeah.
It was the end result of people not being able to catch a football.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't. But again, there's only so much you can do, and if you don't prepare for situations like this, you're gonna struggle.
That's not true, Reset. We do a really good job of developing wide receivers. I mean, we've developed some of the best wide receivers in football. We've had Tyreek Hill. We made Chris Conley look great. We made Albert Wilson look great. We made Juju Smith look great. We've done a really good job of developing wide receivers. This year, we just happen to have a real problem with schemes and the wide receivers that we have. We're not putting them in the right place at the right time. That's just what we're doing. Who what? I just said it. We developed Tyreek Hill. He wasn't a wide receiver when he came into this game.
Rousset hasn't been around for a while, so I don't think he really understands where you're coming from, to be honest with you.
Who did? Who developed Tyreek Hill?
We
drafted him.
He was a running back hybrid. And they drafted
he was a running back hybrid. He wasn't really a wide receiver. He was a running back / special teams guy. We developed him into who he is. I don't know what you mean. He was drafted by the Chiefs. Not much more you can say about that. We've had more wide receivers get paid since 2018 than any other team in football after one season. It's just right now we are not putting the right people in the right position in the right packages to win. When you know what's working, stick with it. Don't change it up. You've got enough people on this team to be able to score a touchdown. They barely went to Noah Gray tonight. Don't know why. That's been kind of an ongoing thing. Noah Gray was clutch last year. He's barely caught anything this year.
He's the only one that can catch when he throws away. He comes down with the greatest catch. Everyone else just drops the ball.
Yeah. So you got Noah Gray that isn't getting targeted. You got, if you look at it from an actual football mind, if you take Rashee Rice, put him on the outside, you take Justin Watson, put him on the other outside, especially not MVS now, but even if you used him, and then you took Kelsey and Gray, put him in the middle, and then you got McCole Hardman in the slot, you got a better chance of scoring than you do by switching people around and moving them in different positions. Right now, yeah, and you're right. No second half points in 29 days.
Are they going to do anything? Because bringing an undrafted guy is not really going to work. I don't know what they can do at this point.
I don't know. I have to see who they have on the practice squad right now. I don't know who they have on.
They don't have anyone really, to be honest with you.
The one good thing
they can probably sign someone off of someone else's practice. What's the one good thing?
Richie James is now off the injury. I mean, he can play next week.
I don't think he's going to do anything, to be honest with you. I think it's still going to be the same old song and dance.
I don't know, man.
I just
Maybe
feel
if
like
they
it's
get
gonna
him
be the
back in
same.
there, maybe it'll help. I don't know.
I don't see how.
I just don't know.
I just don't see it.
But the offense gave this game up. It is what it. You see, you have to bring in an over. Yeah, in an over 30 receiver. You would have to bring in an over 30 receiver. I don't know who's out there besides Sammy Watkins.
No, don't put us through that again.
No. So I don't know who's sitting on the. I don't know who's sitting on the bench right now, or sitting on the sidelines waiting to be picked up. But let's see. Let's take a look and see who the free agent.
It comes to a point where you can only do so much, and the same stuff just continues to happen and happen and happen. Just like what
Is
can
Jarvis
be done?
Landry not playing anymore?
I think he's a free agent.
You got Jarvis
Wouldn't be a
Landry
bad
out
option, but I don't know what you could do. But
there. Adam Thielen's still out there.
no, he signed with another team.
Oh yeah, he did sign, didn't he?
Panthers.
That's right. Yeah. So they're really outside of him. There's nobody else.
Yeah.
There's nobody else. Is Darius Slayton playing for anybody?
I don't think so. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Does Juju get cut?
No, he's still with them.
Okay,
He has a bad knee injury.
Yeah, I know. So really, you got one good wide receiver out there. I don't know who's on our practice squad, but besides Cornell Powell, and he ain't going to do shit. But things have to change. T.O., that is funny. You said T.O.
Yeah, we ain't getting no T.O.
No. Although his ass would probably play because he wants to play so bad. He could go out there and get Chad Ochocinco. I don't know, man. It's just frustrating to watch this team that has the coaching talent to be able to put people in the right schemes, and they're not doing it.
I agree.
I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't understand why they keep changing things up. When you see what's working, keep that same thing going.
Look,
if you're not going to use your wide receivers,
I agree with you. It's just like
what's the point?
Which they're just not. There's no adjustments. The same guys are going out there, and the playing calling, rather if it's Nagy or Andy, overall has not been good. If we have to be honest. So
I don't blame you, Reset. I go to bed too, or go to work. You're going to work? Oh yeah, I forgot you're in France. 6:03 in the morning. Oof.
He's going to work, not happy.
He's going to work now. I don't blame you.
It'll work out.
He said,
"Welcome to the club, Reset.
Welcome to the club, brother." Yep. No, I don't think it's Bieniemy. I really don't. I don't think Bieniemy had anything to do with it. He's not done anything with Washington. So I mean, and they got better wide receivers than we do. If you really want to know the truth, they got Scary Terry. They got all those guys out there. They're not doing any better than. I mean, their record is pretty obvious. They're in the NFC and getting their asses handed to them. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. Thanks for joining. We're just going to have to change up the way. He is a top 10 quarterback right now, but what's their record? Because their record isn't indicative of just because they got a top 10 quarterback. It's not. They're not winning games from it, and I don't think that has anything to do with Bieniemy. I mean, he was pretty damn good last year. Actually, he wasn't a bad quarterback last year. Their record sucks. I mean, I think they're a 4-win team right now, and they're playing in the NFC. They're not even playing tough teams, other than the 49ers.
Yeah, it's again. I just don't know what they can do at this point. I really don't. They're just
the one thing I would say is the one thing I can say is this: if somehow they get this offense to click and be able to put up at least 21 to 24 points a game, realistically, score in the second half, even one touchdown, they're good because of this defense. This defense is insanely good. We proved it tonight. I don't know, man. The only one that on the Cleveland D that has me kind of wondering right now is would be a problem for us right now because our offensive line is elite. There's no doubt about that. Would be Myles Garrett. He'd be the only one that would really scare me. Their secondary is good, but it's not as good as ours.
Their offense is lackluster.
And their offense is terrible. So, especially now that Watson's gone, they're even worse. But Houston, I mean, right now, oh, by the way, what's his name got hurt, so
Who?
C.J. Stroud.
He got hurt? Oh, yeah, he got hurt a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's just frustrating to watch a team go from a 10-point lead. Really, I mean, that touchdown shouldn't have even happened because of the penalty, or because of the fumble. But they could have easily held them if they weren't gassed by the third quarter. They could have held them to 14 points and been done with it. But they got gassed.
Well, the Chiefs have 26 drop passes, the most in the NFL, and they had 5 just now tonight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You can only say so much about the quarterback when the receivers cannot catch the ball.
Exactly, especially when they're hit directly in the gut.
In the numbers, it's ridiculous.
This is when I never thought I would say this. Right now, I miss Tyreek Hill. And I didn't think I would ever say this, but I actually miss him on this team. Because of what they've done this year. Look, we're at week 11, dude. It's time. It's just time.
7-3 is not bad, but.
And I know everybody is like flipping out right now because of it, but we are 7-3. That's what people I think forget. We've had to have done something to get there, and it wasn't just our D because we did score points. It is what it is. Our defense hasn't held anybody to no points. You see what I'm saying? So we had to have scored.
Well, they're going to have to figure it out because, it's not looking great, and I have no idea what to say.
I don't either, man. I don't like putting anything on the refs, but there was some instances for sure that
there were some bad calls, yeah. But
Absolutely.
The Chiefs had an opportunity to get this game out of the water, blow it out of the water. So
they did. And I honestly, most people thought this was going to be a real high-scoring game. I did not.
This defense is struggling.
Yeah, I didn't think this was going to be a high-scoring game, especially for the Eagles. I actually thought this was the game that the Chiefs actually showed out offensively. They didn't.
Like 2 series.
They did in the first half. Yeah, they did in the first half. But punt, fumble, punt, 66-yard drive. And, I don't know, dude. It's enough just to really just kind of question what's on the minds of these coaches when they're standing there going, okay, why are we keeping these guys on the field if they're not able to catch a football? And why aren't we using the guys that can? Jody Fortson is not injured anymore.
I thought they put on season-ending RR.
Was it season-ending?
I'm pretty sure they put on season-ending RR.
I didn't think it was. I thought they said he could come back by now, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just put him on season-ending IR. That's something that hurts us as well, because when you're missing guys like that you can throw onto the field, even though there's he is a little injury prone, he would be a good mix-in because he's that hybrid player that can actually catch a ball. He fights for everything. That ball, if he would have been in the end zone or close to the end zone where that MVS drop was, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
If Justin Watson would have been down there, that would have been a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
It just comes down. Good.
Don't have a deep threat, man. We don't have a deep threat.
Yeah.
Or we're not using the ones that we have. Let me just put it that way.
There's opportunities, and opportunities are just being wasted.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
So,
wrong.
I don't know. It's just frustrating. I hope they get it figured out. I mean, look, McKinnon, he tweaked his ankle a little bit, but he's okay. They need to – I don't know why they keep – I mean, Clyde had a couple of good runs, but why keep mixing it up like that? When you know what's working, keep it going. Why? Why keep changing things? I would rather have – what's his name that's now back on our practice squad, the running back. What's his name?
Early?
No.
Ely?
He's got the same name as the guy that plays for Denver.
I'm trying to think. It's not jogging a memory.
I can't think of his name right now. He's a rookie, but he's good. There's just things that they're doing that is mind-boggling to me. Mm-hmm. It's mind-boggling. I don't understand the concept of allowing the same thing to happen over and over and over again and run the same plays over and over and over again that's not getting you anywhere week in and week out. Mm-hmm. We haven't scored a second-half touchdown in 30 days. A month.
Again, I don't know what can be done besides bringing guys who can actually play. I don't know what else they can do.
I don't either.
You're putting a Band-Aid on a gushing wound if they bring
That's exactly what you're
doing.
And I don't know what the fuck is going on with Kelsey. Does anybody know what the hell is going? Absolutely doing Mahomes a disservice. Does anybody? I mean, can
someone
you
say he's spending way too much mind traveling? I mean, it's his life, but that's one thing that's going to come to question. I know people are going to say. I mean, I'm a firm believer it's your life, do what you want, but I know people are going to say that. His priorities are in the wrong place, people are going to say. Again, it's his life. But I know that's one thing people are going to say. So,
I want to see something. I looked at something. I want to see this again. I just want to look. Is T.Y. Hilton playing for anybody?
I don't think so. I don't know what he can do, though. I mean, it's like 37. I'm pretty sure.
Why is he even trying? So you got basically Jarvis Landry. You got Will Fuller. Did Adam Thielen sign?
Yeah.
No, he's still. Oh yeah, he
did.
The Panthers. Did Galladay sign with anybody?
Who?
Kenny Galladay.
I don't think so.
He was with the
Giants. He was with the Giants.
Yeah, the Giants. I don't know who the hell Paris Campbell is.
He used to play for the Colts, I think.
Cole Beasley's out there if you guys want him.
Yeah.
God.
That'd be interesting.
Sterling Shepard? Really?
Maybe.
Mike? No, that's not right. I think, what's his name, retired.
Who?
Brian Edwards is still out there. I think Sammy Watkins retired. He's not on the free agent list anywhere.
Where is
that? Sterling Shepard, yuck. Huh. He's not even on the free agent list. So I don't know, man. I don't know if there's I don't see anybody besides Jarvis Landry that they could bring in that would actually be any kind of help at all, if he would be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, Sterling Shepard's terrible. They just got to get it together on offense, man. I mean, we're week 11 and they're struggling, and it's just frustrating to watch. And Mahomes is just going down with the ship right now, and that's not cool.
I mean, they're in a driving seat, but yeah, the seat is starting to sink a little bit.
It is. It's like a broken down ass couch. I mean, it's like one of those seats when you sit down and your ass is actually touching the ground. That's where they're at right now.
That's an old couch. That's an old couch.
That's an old ass couch. And right now they got to figure out how to get they got to get some life into this offense. I don't know what else to say, but they got to get some life into it. But regardless, final thoughts. Fix the fucking offense. That's my final thought.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, you got to fix the offense. You can't make a trade, so this is what you got. If the Chiefs can somehow pull together and make a Super Bowl run, this would be the year because the AFC is pretty weak. Just saying. If you had a
every team in the AFC is falling.
If you had a half decent offense, this would be a cakewalk. So,
it would be.
And as Philip said, and we'll kind of end with this, we need to stop getting lazy and comfortable every time we come out of the first half on offense.
Absolutely.
They got to keep the pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
Regardless, is Andy calling the calls, or is it the enemy when he was calling the calls, or is it Nagy? Whoever it is, those two have to do better. I know everyone was using Bieniemy as a scapegoat last year, but Nagy and Bieniemy have to do better, and they need to let Mahomes just have full control. Again, he's won two Super Bowls. This is a tier he could maybe win 3.
Yeah.
The only way the Chiefs are going to win or make a playoff push, I firmly believe, is because of the defense. If the defense has a couple of defensive scores, that's really what's going to come down to. Because they held them in check. They did.
They did.
But you got guys like Harmon's wanting to take punts inside the 10-yard line. You have other guys that are just not playing well. MVS can't catch. Like you said 3 weeks ago, he's played himself off this team. Well, he's definitely, I'm pretty sure his bags are packed in a trash bag. He's about to go to MCI pretty soon. So, this is the result.
Yeah. He said just like the 2015.
I mean, this is what it's going to come down to, honestly. If the Chiefs somehow make a run, it's because of that. And then some team that's half decent-ish is going to come out of the NFC. But we'll see what happens when it gets to that point. So,
yeah. Well, I'm sure there's going to be some developments between now and Tuesday. So we will talk to you guys again on Tuesday. We appreciate everybody for joining. And that's all I got. Peace out, everybody.